Steelers. Both of these teams about to reach the halfway point of this NFL season, and we're underway on EA Sports. This one fielded at the 5. And his guys will get the football right at the 20-yard line.
The Browns take over first and 10.
Down, 18 Gator. We're pretty quiet, D. We're pretty quiet. Check 4, check 4. Who draw Corker? Hey, Echo. 50, Mike, 50. Get that quarterback. Be 50.
On first down, Herbert. And his first look is incomplete.
Yeah, that one sailed on him. You've got to make sure you give your receiver a chance to come down inbounds because they are very gifted. They'll make the circus catches, but they make them out of bounds. That does you no good.
After the incompletion, here's 2nd and 10 from the 20. 2nd and 10. And he gets it to his running back, Nick Chubb. A big play there on the catch and run. 46 yards.
Brandon, we've both been around the game long enough that we know that in pregame, defenses are pretty amped up, aren't they? I mean, they're pounding lockers, and they can't wait to get out there. But when you hit them with some big pass plays early, it takes the starch right out of them.
No gain on the play there. 2nd down.
70, Indy.
Brings up 2nd and 10.
Off the play fake. Herbert. Flushed out right. He'll let this go for the end zone. And nearly an interception here on their opening drive. But instead, 3rd down. We documented it last week. They played so well defensively. 4 interceptions. Tried to get their hands on another one there.
And when you've had 4 the previous week, you are just itching for more the very next week. And there was a great opportunity. It went by the wayside, but let's not understand.
And that's going to be caught for a Browns touchdown. Curtis Samuel, his 3rd touchdown now on the year, as his guys are able to strike first here in this opening quarter. The point after through the raindrops, up and good. And that makes the score 7-0. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. This will be fielded on the back line of the end zone.
The Steelers take over first and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
Set. 60 or. They can't hang with us. Check.
First carry for James Conner. And he'll get this from the 25 to the 30 for a pickup of 5. Charles, they won last week despite him not running the ball well. They told us need to get him going. Runs like that help.
And they talked to us about leaning on him because, as you noted, last week they didn't have to. Still won the ball game. They leaned on other people to give them the yardage that they needed, but they really want him to be that guy, and that's what they're doing early in this game. Football one-on-one there. You just see the receiver try to run down. So he can put his foot in the ground and break to the out, to the sideline, and make a catch.
On 1st and 10 is Conner. And he's able to get this one down to the 40-yard line. A gain of 10, good for a Steeler first down. So back-to-back big runs, picking apart this defense on the opening drive.
I thought this was a passing league. I thought this was the era we were in where the ball was always in the air, right?
They didn't get the memo.
They didn't get the memo, and I know this to be true. Offensive linemen still, to this day, they want to run the football. They want to fire out and hit people across the line of scrimmage, and they're clearing space.
On the ready. Makes 3. 218. Jump. Check 99. Check 99. Go.
They'll look to throw now on first down. This one grabbed by A.J. Green. And into the end zone. Touchdown, Pittsburgh. A.J. Green with touchdown number 8 on the year as his guys are on the board here in this first quarter. Extra point put through by Boswell. Each team's had it. Each team has scored. 7-7 here as the kick's away. And we are tied at 7. This is taken at the 3. And nice work on the return as they'll start their drive just past the 30-yard line.
Take over first and 10 at their own 31-yard line.
The Browns drive about to get started. And for them, a touchdown their last go-around. Obviously, they'll be hoping to do that again.
And when you start plotting for this drive, when you start thinking to yourself, okay, what are we going to do? You don't go away from what you did before because that worked, but you have to be prepared for wrinkles and counters because you know they'll make some adjustments.
That's good for a Cleveland first down, an 11-yard pickup.
61, matchbox, lights. Smooth. Squeeze. Shoot.
On first and 10, Herbert flush to his right. He's going to take off with it. He'll get just a yard on the scramble. It's second down.
Yeah, not much there that time, and I think we were both wondering once he got out of the box whether he just throw the ball away, and he winds up only picking up a yard or two.
Set, ready? 18 Gator. Watch 25. Hey, I-7. 55, 955. Topper. I'm coming after you. I'm coming after you. Tighten up, tighten up, tighten up.
Second and 9 now. Taking a shot for Samuel. It's caught inside the 25. And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, Cleveland. Curtis Samuel with his second touchdown of the game, 4th of the year. And the Browns have taken the lead. Point after, right down the middle. And that makes the score 14-7. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. This will be fielded on the back line of the end zone.
The Steelers take over first and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The Pittsburgh offense at the line to start their next drive. And they're hoping to redo their efforts in the last drive when they got into the end zone.
And just think of what it's like now on the sideline, because when you score a touchdown, you have to go over and look at the tablet and see what you did on the last drive. When you scored points, it's a whole lot better view than when you're trying to figure out how to fix things there.
Brings up second and 2 at the 33-yard line.
Second and 2. And a big loss here as he's taken down. Danielle Hunter just creating a disaster there for the offense as that one goes 16 yards in the wrong direction.
Watch the ship. Watch the ship. Hey, watch the ship. Watch the ship. Get it.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. Buying time to, and he's going to go down. Back at his own 5-yard line, it's a sack. Danielle Hunter able to drop him that time for his second sack of the evening. He was only asked to punt once in the victory last week as he sends this one away. And taken at the 46. A good return there, 17 yards. And the Browns have a short field in front of them now as they take over 1st and 10. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. A run for Nick Chubb, and he'll be brought down, losing yardage back at the 40. A loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's second down.
I know that speed is the hallmark of today's NFL game, but the key to good rushing defense is still having your linebackers set the edge.
So now they have to contend with 2nd and 13 after the first down run goes backwards. Off play action. Herbert, he'll buy some time right. Got an open man. That's David Njoku, the tight end. And he's going to get this down near the 20-yard line. 19 yards there on the catch and run.
Come on, set. 15 run. 15 run. Me and you all day. All day. I'm coming after you. Get ready.
Throwing on first down. Herbert. This one into the hands of Metcalf. And he takes it down to the 10-yard line. Another nice gain. That's now 30 yards between those last two plays.
55. Let's go. Go.
They'll run with Chubb. And a short pickup there down to about the 9. It's a gain of a yard, and it'll set up 2nd and goal. Defensively, pretty good start there with their backs against the wall.
That's a win for the stop troops right there. And if I'm them, I get a little bolder now. They won the first battle. Keep coming after them. Put the pressure on them.
And the ball situated at the 9. 2nd and goal. They'll try again with Chubb. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Browns touchdown. Nick Chubb, his 14th touchdown now on the year. And the Browns are going to tack on to their advantage.
Well, Brandon, if we go back to our meeting with the offensive coordinator, he showed us his script. Didn't show us everything now. He said, here's the script for the game. I think everything's going according to plan in a big way. 3 drives, 3 touchdowns.
Yeah, that's about as good. That is as good as you can do, I guess. So, well done.
Yeah, well done indeed. Tremendous execution.
The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. And on the last go-around, they really couldn't get anything going.
They had to punt from deep inside their own territory, which means you're going to lose the field position battle as a general rule. What they're looking for now is a little more consistency, move the ball at least a few times on offense, get a couple of first downs, and hopefully flip the field.
Yeah, just something to build off of. That's what they're looking for here. An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25. They'll look to throw here. And that is incomplete. A lot of force bearing down on him there. He could not hang on. It's 3rd down.
He kind of forced that one there, didn't he? It's almost like he predetermined where he was going to go with the football.
Yeah, he wasn't really going through progressions. He wanted to go to his top guy. You do that against this defense, they'll make you pay, won't they?
Yeah, they certainly will. They react very quickly to the thrown football.
Now yet another incompletion here as they fail to connect on 3rd.
I think the punter might start to get into a pretty good rhythm here if he keeps getting opportunities. But that's the last thing his team wants to have happen, right? The last thing you want to see is your punter feeling pretty good because he's out there all the time.
Yeah, first quarter only, but they're 0 for 2 on 3rd down conversions to start this thing. The Browns drive about to get started. The ledger for them so far looks pretty good, doesn't it?
It certainly does. Touchdown, touchdown, touchdown. Not sure it can be much better than that. They've got to feel very good about the groove that they're in at this stage of the game.
Now a throw here going to be taken in by the tight end Njoku. And this will leave him a yard short. Nice pickup of 9 yards on first down.
How about the timing on that one? Where they were in sync, weren't they? 3-step drop, balls out of his hands, right to the tight end. Nice completion, just like they do it in practice.
They go with Chubb on 2nd down. And he'll be brought down, it looks like right at the 40. The start of the 2nd quarter, and it's the Browns in control of the football as they've got it with a 1st and 10. A pretty wild first quarter, 21-7, our score.
Ready, break. Check, check. Lucky. General West. Switch. Get it.
They run again on first down, Chubb. And give him 6 yards here as he's stopped near the 35 at the 34. 6 yards on that last play. Here's 2nd and 4. 2nd and 4. They'll get this to Chubb out of the backfield. And he'll go down at the 28. Boy, the evolution of the game and how these guys in plays like that can get out of the pocket, keep plays alive, it just makes things so much harder for defenses.
It really does, and we're talking about an era in the game where the quarterbacks are the most athletically gifted that we've seen in a bunch. I mean, we talk about collectively, it's unbelievable. So their ability to move is practiced now. It's not necessarily, oh, he just took off and you guys figure it out. When he takes off, everyone knows where to go now. They know how to run routes, change things, make themselves presentable for the quarterback. It's a lot of time that they put in on it. It's not just your static 1, 2, 3. This is where the ball goes anymore.
A 2nd down pass play there, but it's incomplete.
Oh, I like that right there. Not only was it the right play, throwing it away like that, frankly, I think it was the only play.
Yeah, got outside of the pocket, realized he had nothing, just chucked it free.
Yeah, live to fight another down, right?
Off the play fake. Herbert taking a shot for Samuel. And oh, it'll be intercepted. The safety, Terrell Edmonds, picks it. And a great return as they're finally able to take him down. CD, I know it's just his 2nd year in the league as a quarterback, but that's going to be one when he flips on the tape. He's like, I shouldn't have thrown that ball.
No doubt about it, and his coaching staff will be emphatic about he shouldn't have thrown that ball. But remember, 2nd year, as you noted, on-the-job training, so he's got to take this feedback that he's getting, negative or otherwise, and turn it into positives moving forward.
And he'll be taken down at the 20 after a gain of just 1. Just a yard on the 1st down carry, so it's 2nd and 9. Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run. He'll look to throw. Green brings it in. He'll be dropped at the 25 after a gain of 6. They face a 3rd and 4 after that last completion gets him 6. Back to throw here. He's going to find his running back. It's complete. Now the Browns will use the first of their 3 timeouts. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this 2nd quarter.
Come on, set. 18, Gator. Pilot, 64, weak.
Begin.
Big grip.
Now on 1st down, he'll drop to throw it. He's got Green. And he'll be out of bounds, but able to get it up past the 45. Right about 20 yards on the pickup. And officially, they'll say it's going to go for 19.
I think it all came together there. In-breaking route, drove it with excellent pace. Money throw right there to move the sticks.
Ready? 15, line. 15 line. 54, block 54. You ain't going nowhere. Hey, Foxtrot.
Mike spot 4.
22 jet bomber. 22 jet bomber. Jim. Why? Give it up.
They'll run on 1st down. Connor, and they're going to stop him right at the line of scrimmage. Just no cutback lane to be found whatsoever. 2nd and 10.
Rush in. Check 9. Check 50. Check 26. Shit.
On 2nd down, Connor looking for space. And he's going to take this down close to a 1st down at the Browns' 44. The Steelers on 3rd down, just 1 for 3 thus far. This time they face a 3rd and 2. Looking to throw. And able to find Green. And they're going to have another 1st down as he's going to be tackled at the Browns' 31-yard line. That catch for his career is number 731, and that's the number that Calvin Johnson ended with when he stopped his career in 2016.
Yeah, what could have been for him.
And he lost the football.
Wow, that ball gets knocked free, but a teammate comes along and scoops it up. It's almost like baseball. Guys at bat, people are on base in scoring position. One guy doesn't get him home. The next guy comes through and picks him up.
And avoids the turnover. They'll look to throw. Now they set up the screen. That's complete. A gain of 10, good for a Steeler first down.
When you run a screen pass really well, you got to like the look of it because so many parts come together to make it work well. The offensive linemen where they're faking people out, the back slipping out there, catching the football, then all of them going together as one unit downfield. A really nice pickup.
On first down, it's Samuels. And they get to him quickly here as he's stopped right around the 13. A short gain of just over 2 yards as the first half clock dips inside of 3 minutes.
It's a pickup of 3. Brings up second and 7.
The last run got 3. Now here's 2nd and 7.
It's our time. It's our time, guys. It's time.
Here's a 2nd and 7. Looking end zone, but it's incomplete.
It's been my observation there's been a nice variety of play calling defensively. You and I often talk about an offense's ability to keep a defense off balance with what they're doing. I think the converse has been true in this game.
I think you're right. They seem to have gone off tendency quite a bit, but only the second quarter, a lot of time to change things. The Steelers on third down. They've hit 2 for 4 thus far. This is 3rd and 7. Here's a play fake as they set up to throw. To the end zone, but it's incomplete.
You hear the calls for a penalty, but I just don't think so. I think in this situation, the defender was making sure his guy couldn't hold on to the football. So I don't see anything to warrant a flag.
No, I'm with you. There was contact, but I'm happy they kept that flag in the back pocket. So they get 3, certainly hoping for 6 after a 13-play drive.
So you console yourself on defense by saying you did your job, right? If they go 13 plays, you only give up a field goal, you did a nice job there. But here's the other part. 13 plays, you don't force any mistakes, you don't take the ball away. Maybe that's the way they should look at it.
The Browns drive about to get started. And thus far, the weather has not slowed this offense down one bit. They've looked good so far in the first half.
They certainly have. And think back to our meeting with the head coach. And we asked him because we saw the forecast for this game, didn't we? We said, hey, have you prepared for this? And he talked about the different drills that they've done in adverse conditions, the wet ball drills, things of that nature. He said, I don't think it's going to slow us down.
He rifles one that's intercepted. The safety, Terrell Edmonds, picks it. And he brings this one back. It's a pick 6 for a Steeler touchdown. I don't know who all is to blame there, but I love seeing pick 6s.
Nothing like seeing someone pluck it out of the air and go the other way and see people try to change directions. Hard to do.
So they throw the pick 6. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. The Browns drive about to get started.
Let's go, D.
They start on the ground with Nick Chubb. He'll have a first down past the 40. And he takes it all the way up to the 47. That good for 22 and a first down.
A gain of 22 yards.
2 minutes remaining in this first half of football. Coming up in a couple of minutes, we'll get you to Jonathan Coachman in Orlando. The coach will have stats and scores from earlier today in the NFL. Chubb. And he'll be brought down right on the 50. A gain of 3.
When we see those runs to the perimeter, when we see those runs to the edge, we think about big breakers, don't we? In this case, it was a modest gain, but it does open up possibilities here on second down.
Hey, Delta.
From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. He's got Njoku, his big tight end. And they'll get this to the 30-yard line before crossing over out of bounds. That one good for 20 on the catch and run. And with that completion, he's now north of 200 yards here in the first half. Boy, a tough start for the secondary defensively.
It is, and it's got to put a dent in their confidence. And, you know, you always want to keep that up and feel like you can always bounce back after plays. But with the kind of numbers he's putting up here, it's starting to wear on them a little bit, I think. So they're looking at each other and trying to figure out what defense will work and how can they play better without getting beat deep for big passes.
Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9.
Brings up 2nd and 9 at the 29-yard line.
The run only got a yard. Here's 2nd and 9.
Mike's 50, Mike's 50. Hey. Go Mike 50, Mike 50.
From the gun, Herbert. And that is intercepted. Or was it? Wait, they'll say no. No interception. He did not keep the feet in bounds, apparently. So that's just going to be an incompletion. They got to get to the 20 to keep the drive alive on 3rd down. Operating from the gun, Herbert. And he can't quite intercept it. Zone coverage, free safety was there. Couldn't come up with it, and now it's 4th down. More problems here on 3rd down. They've converted only once so far in this first half.
And you know as well as I do in this league, if you don't win on 3rd down, it makes it hard to win a ball game because then you're relying on your defense, you're relying on your special teams. You've got to get it done with your offensive unit. Now, if this was a clear day in September, I'd say this is well within his range. I'd feel very confident about this kick, but let's be honest about it. In these elements, the difficulty level gets ratcheted up by at least a factor of 5.
They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. Washington's got it. 10 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be 2nd down. The Steelers signal for the 2nd of their timeouts as they stop it with 28 seconds to go in the first half of play. So not quite a first down just yet as they come up on 2nd and less than a yard.
54 is Mike. 54 is Mike.
2nd down and inches.
Check.
Dancing to, and I think the ball's out.
On plays like this, when the ball comes free, it's often unusual for the team that lost it to get it back. Because this is the quarterback. The ball gets away from him. Everyone else is trying to execute what they're supposed to do on offense. They're usually looking in the other direction, downfield, or have moved away from him. In this case, though, a teammate is able to come up with the ball.
Mike's 5-4. Hey, Zoo. Mike's 54. Mike 54. Right.
He'll look to throw. And he fires one that's intercepted. He's picked off near his own 48. The 20. And he'll score. Touchdown, Browns. Now remember, this is the #1 defense in the National Football League. There's a good example of why.
Shows that they set an aggressive tone, not just stopping the run, not just getting after the quarterback, but the ball's in the air. They treat it like they're the receivers, and they went after that one and took it all the way.
This will be fielded at the 6. And he'll get across the 20 before he's brought down at about the 23-yard line. The Pittsburgh offense at the line to start their next drive. Time here for likely one play, then off to the locker room, and they're going to have some adjustments to make. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Now whistles and a timeout with 3 seconds left in the first half. Pass protection has been a problem all night long as they come up facing 2nd and a bundle.
Look at me. Zipper. Check. Watch 54. Watch 54. Go. Mike's 5-4. Mike's 5-4. Now.
They'll throw now on the final play. Forced out to his left. He'll run it. Now he'll let it go on the run. Deep left side. And that's going to wind up incomplete. However, we do have a flag down. Let's check in with our referee. So we've reached halftime here on Halloween. And trust me, kids, if you had to look at Charles Davis every game, you'd think every day was Halloween. As we'll head down to Orlando, that's where we find our man Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach. All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. Forecast calling for more of the same. The rain set to continue as we are underway in the second half. This will be fielded at the 6. And he'll take this up past the 20 and down at the 22-yard line.
At their own 22-yard line.
The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. They have the ball here for the inaugural drive of the second half. Pretty big deficit, though. We'll see what adjustments were made in that locker room.
And I never want to make something more important than it actually is, right? I don't want to create more hype than what is there. But this is I'm doing it, though. This is a really important drive. And we often talk about teams scripting plays to start a game. A lot of them script to start the second half, too. And they're scripting something that they expect to get them into the end zone and back into this game.
We'll see if that script is a good one for him. And he'll be brought down right at the 30 here. This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on third down.
Watch safety creep. Watch safety creeping. Safety's creeping. Tight dog. Tight dog. Tight dog. Shift. Watch the shift. Hey, alert 3. Alert 3. Check 3. Check 3. General West. Hey, Echo. Kill. Hey, switch gears. Switch gears.
Now back to throw. Open man, Smith-Schuster. It's complete. Give him 6 yards, and they do convert on third. This quarterback now 10 of 16 throwing the football. It's 1st and 10. On the carry, it's Samuels. And the hole closes quickly there. He gets maybe a couple up to the 38.
But we just saw a great example of what we talked about with his coach prior to the game. He's definitely one of the better linebackers at reading a play and flowing to make the stop before it turns into something big.
The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8. Here's 2nd and 8. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. And for the Browns, a nickel set here on third down. He'll drop to throw. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. It's the Pro Bowler Luke Kuechly that picks it, and he's able to get it back to the 41-yard line.
Come on, set. 10-2 stop. 50's the mark. 50's the mark.
Here's Nick Chubb as they try to fire up this run game. And just no chance of turning the corner. He can only get back to the line of scrimmage. 2nd and 10 coming up. If this defense wants to stay in this ball game, they've got to start ending some drives. That helps.
And they have to look ahead at what they expect the offense to do. And right now with that lead, that's run the football. So you don't just stack the line of scrimmage. You have to get upfield and try and make some plays in their backfield.
And again, the run defense stout this time. He maybe gets back to the line of scrimmage, but no more.
Early down stuff to put this offense in a precarious position. We know that securing the point of attack, especially against the big-bodied guys in the middle of this D, has got to be priority one.
And for a third time tonight, he's intercepted. Picked up by the former first-rounder, Artie Burns.
Okay, partner. No surprise to you. I'm going to look at this from the defensive perspective. In the rain, you have to be more cautious trying to cover passing routes. Why? The offense knows where they're going with the football. The receiver knows the route he's going to run. You have to make sure you keep your footing underneath you.
In on the tackle there, Luke Kuechly.
When we talk about Luke Kuechly, you can't talk about his overall game without talking about his intelligence and how he controls the whole defense. He quarterbacks that defense, and at times will actually make checks, just like a quarterback would on offense to get them into the right defense. They definitely were on that play. How about that finish, holding that to a minimal gain?
No gain that time on the completion, and it'll be third down. This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on third down. The play-action fake. They'll look to throw. And that is incomplete. You can tell they were hoping for a flag there offensively. Several on the sideline motioning. Hey, why not a penalty? Why not a penalty? What did you see?
Yeah, I think you've got to let them play, and the officials are instructed. If there's contact coming from both sides, no flag. Let them fight it out.
And forces fourth down.
Let's go old school there. That's absolutely a great coffin corner punt. Someone's put some time in working on that, hasn't it?
Seems like every year these guys get better and better. It's amazing how they can command that football through the air.
Yeah, they used to actually practice with hula hoops where they place them and try and put them there. Now a lot of guys use barrels on the sidelines to try and put the football in one.
And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair. A loss of a yard there to start out. That leads to a 2nd and 11.
Check 24, check 24.
22 jet bomber, 22 jet bomber.
Smooth. Check 55 to Mike. Check 55 to Mike. 65, 65.
2nd and 11. And he's going to be brought down. Back at his own 6-yard line. Well, it was 2nd long. Now it's 3rd and even longer. They're going in the wrong direction here.
Because they're moving exactly the way they want to, but you're exactly right. Definitely going in the wrong direction for the offensive guys.
Hey, high 7.
Mike 55. Check 55, Mike.
On 3rd down, it's Nick Chubb. And he's going to come up well shy of the first here as the tackle's made right around the 12. It's a gain of 5 on the play, and it'll bring up a 4th down.
We often talk of situational football. Let's just call it team football. The defense did their job, got off the field, brought the punting situation, so they're turning the ball back over to their offense. You think those guys will get along very well right now? Of course they will. Defense helped the offense. Now it's their turn to take it downfield.
Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. They run the counter. Samuels, nothing doing. Barely able to muster a yard to hit the 35.
Defenses always talk about earning the right to rush the passer on 3rd down. And you know what offenses want? Win 1st down so they can set things up for themselves better.
And that wasn't helpful there. Not a big impact on 1st down. Now a pass that's taken in by Smith-Schuster. That one a gain of 20 and a 1st down. This quarterback now 6 for 6 since coming back out of the locker room. It's 1st and 10. They'll drop the throw. And the tip there altered the ball flight, and it falls incomplete. It'll be 2nd down.
Anytime a ball's thrown in the middle of the field, it's popped up in the air, I expect someone to catch. It doesn't matter whether it's offense or defense because there's usually a great amount of bodies in that part of the field. In this case, no one came up with it.
Mike 54. Mike 54.
Go.
For this, man. They're not ready for this. They still playing soccer. Y'all playing the wrong football.
Hey, Alpha.
Check Mike 54. Mike 54. Here we go, here we go.
Ready.
Now he'll look to throw here on 2nd and 10. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down.
Yeah, that's how we do, D.
Fire.
They're going to look to throw. And that'll be incomplete. Well, they took their shot all right, but it comes up empty, and it's 4th down.
This defense is continuing to contest every deep ball that is thrown downfield. And, look, it doesn't matter whether you're playing man or zone. Eventually, that becomes man-on-man, and you got to trust yourself and go up at that moment of truth and make a play on the football.
So a good kick there to polish off the drive with 3 points.
Yeah, coaches always talk about finishing a drive with a kick. 2 of them give you points, either an extra point or, in this case, a field goal.
The Browns drive about to get started. They're out in front. Last time they had to punt it away. We'll see if they can add to their lead now.
They don't want to go out and punt it away again. This team now wants to get a cushion, put people away. They want to run their offense and have it end up in the end zone.
Call it a gain of 4 on 1st, and that'll make it 2nd down.
An opportunity to get a drive started here at the end of the 3rd quarter. What you're trying to do is break the game down a little bit. Don't let your guys see too deep into the game, into the future, and say, oh, we got to get here. No, right here, right in front of them, melt the clock down, get to the 4th quarter, try and keep going.
And try to keep that lead.
Exactly.
Hey, Wahoo!
That's the end of the third quarter with the score Browns 28, Steelers 20.
Come on,
Second and 6, just inside the 30.
Hey, foxtrot, foxtrot.
55, my guy, 55.
Yeah.
They run it again with Chubb. Call it a gain of a yard, and it's going to bring up 3rd and 5.
That's it. That's what you want. Straight ahead positive gain. Just keep that clock ticking.
The Browns on 3rd down. Just 1 for 5 to this point. This will be 3rd and 5.
Hey, team 6, team 6.
Check my 15. Mike gives it 15. Check my
2.
From the gun, Herbert. And that will be incomplete. Critical play in this football game, because if they pick up the first there, that clock keeps rolling.
Has to be a little frustrating for them because they know that they pick up a first down there and continue to eat away at the clock, really increases their chances of closing this one out. Now they're likely going to have to give the football up and sweat it out on the sideline.
They'll call that a 61-yard punt. He got all of that one. And the Steelers are going to take over 1st and 10 deep in their own territory. The Pittsburgh offense at the line to start their next drive. And last time able to get 3. It's not what they wanted. They wanted 6, but they got at least something. They mustered something out of the drive.
They'll take it. I like the way you've described it. Not ideal, but they'll take it. Anything to put some points on the board. But this time on offense, they don't even want to see the field goal kicker trot on the field. They want that ball in the end zone.
Yeah, they'll be going for 6. One play has him to the 37 here for 1st and 10. They'll set up a throw. And he's got his man on the out route.
This possession means so much for them. They've got to focus on this drive and find a way to make this a one-possession game. Got to get a score.
Yeah, so good with a field goal. Don't necessarily need a touchdown. 2nd and 4. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Danielle Hunter bringing the pressure yet again. That's his 3rd sack here tonight.
54 is Mike. 54. Check. Watch 54. Watch 54. Hey, let's get this. Mike's 5-4. Mike's 5-4. Mike's 5-4. Hey, pick your game up. Mike,
Get it.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. And he finds McDonald. It'll be a gain of 17 and a Pittsburgh first.
Well, partner, when you ask anyone other than your QB to throw the ball, you must have a lot of confidence, or you think you're really going to fake them out, and it looks like they did exactly that.
Yeah, going deep in the playbook, and a great grab on the other end. A loss of 2 there, 2nd down. A rare misstep on that last play because the drive has been strong, but now it's 2nd and 12. Now this pass to Vance McDonald complete. They get 11 back on that one. It leads to 3rd down. Trying to get the first with Samuels. And he's corralled, but not before getting it inside the 35. A gain of 10, good for a Steeler 1st down.
Some big plays in the passing game on this drive, and here's one out of the running game. So the passing game loosening things up. Now there's room to roam.
From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10.
Hey, exit.
57. Mike.
Go.
I'm coming for you, son.
They'll look to throw here. And that will be incomplete. Would have been a big hitter if they had connected. Instead, it's 2nd down.
I remember a coach telling me a long time ago the difference between playing corner and safety in the NFL. Corner is like the Autobahn. Everybody just flying by, and these corners have been really busy in this game, although they got it done on the last play.
On the last play, yes, but there have been some good numbers put up against them offensively.
He continues to struggle to find a crease to break off a big one and might need to just put that aside and just try and ram his way forward and get what he can.
Play number 9 on the drive coming up, and they need 9 yards on 3rd down. They'll set up to throw. And the throw there going to be incomplete. That pass just a little bit off. It looked like maybe he tried to force it in there.
Game speed, always different no matter what you do in practice. Can't simulate it, right? So your decision-making, everything has to be a little bit quicker. Sometimes it can throw you off until you adjust.
And I don't think this has the carry. It does not. It's no good. And this score will stay right where it is.
NFL kickers nowadays, they make things look so easy because normally from this range, about 2 out of 3, and this is not an easy kick.
Yeah, 20 years ago, you get where he was in that 50 range, maybe a little over, and it's a big kick, but now we just, if they leave it short, you're like, whoa, what happened? And that's what we have here.
Yeah, you're right. 20 years ago, we were saying run some more plays and get closer. Now we think they're definitely within range, and you're exactly right. When it comes up short, there has to be something that went wrong because they have plenty of leg.
Operating out of Steeler territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 35-yard line.
Come.
Hey, 50. 50 to Mike. 50 to Mike. Run it. He's checking.
Keep gripping.
On the ground, it's Chubb. There to stop him, Terrell Edmonds. And the objective there, and yes, the positive gain, that's nice, but work some clock.
Yeah, you're exactly right, but the problem for them is still within a possession, so they can't just sit on it running the ball. They'll have to find a way to throw it effectively as well.
They run. Chubb. And he's going to have to protect the football and take his lumps here at this stage of the game as they stop him behind the line. They'll wind up losing 3 yards here. And that's going to lead to a 3rd and 12. 4th quarter, down to the final 2 minutes. And we've got a 1-score game. So the Browns in possession of the football here as we get you reset. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. They give the Chubb out of the gun. And this play comes to a halt at the 33, and obviously that's well short of the 1st down. And quickly we're going to get another stop here with 1:54 left as they call the timeout defensively. And his kick is absolutely perfect. And that will bump the lead up to 11. A big one there. That gives him a little cushion and makes it a 2-score game.
Yeah, bled a little time off the clock, put some points on the board. It's not totally out of reach yet, but it has to feel pretty good to them right now because as a defender, you go out on the field and say, guess what? You can put some points on the board, but that won't beat us.
The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. And they had compiled a pretty long drive last time. Unfortunately, though, it ended with no points after the missed field goal.
And that can hurt the psyche of a team. You know you're never supposed to count points in your mind until they go up on the board. But let's face it, we've been there. We've seen teams before. They were counting on those points. They didn't get them. Can they come back now, start over again, and grind it out?
57 to Mike. 57 to Mike. Coming to you. Hey, check right. Go.
They'll look to throw here on 1st down. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down.
The amount of sacks that they've absorbed in this game is absolutely extraordinary. Let's just face it. This offensive line, flat out, cannot handle this pass rush. It's been demonstrated time and time again.
Back to throw here. Oh, the pressure too great, and he goes down once more. Needs something from deep in the bag of tricks here after 1st and 2nd down. Went backwards. It's 3rd and very long. Looking to throw. And he's going to be brought down. Back at his own 6-yard line. Danielle Hunter in there to drop him as that clock continues to run. And now we're going to get a delay of game. And that's going to back him up halfway. They were already backed up. Now they're backed up further.
I think they were being so careful to make sure all assignments were covered that they ended up running themselves out of time.
And they're indeed going to go for it here on 4th down. So trailing here in the last quarter. Let's see how this plays out. He'll look to throw. And a diving grab. I think he got that. Yes. And now with 4 seconds left, we get a timeout call.
Ready. And logo. Topper. Let's go.
And they take a knee. So Cleveland able to come away with the victory here. And it was a game where they were off and running in the first quarter, Charles, and never looked back.
You know, partner, after a while, we always say the same thing, don't we? They set the tone early, right? They started fast, so I asked to feel my horse racing for